I read something to the effect that nobody wants to give black women permission to rest. And my first thought was, but who's supposed to give black women permission to rest? I believe that we give people too much power over our lives, and sometimes power they don't even want. I've realized that people are so busy working on themselves and their situations. People are so busy chasing after purpose, chasing after their dreams, to care what some of us are doing with our lives. People don't want to control you because they've got themselves to control. So stop giving people power over your life. So today I want to talk to you about no permission required. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. Question: whose permission are you waiting for right now to do what feels right in your spirit? I believe that we live in a world where most people believe that they are perfect, right? And this world would be a better place if the little versions of themselves were all over the place. So when you give somebody power over your life and hope that they will give you permission to be yourself, maybe you might be wrong. You'll find that people will use that power to turn you into a little version of themselves, right? So you had permission to be yourself when you were born. So there are three things directly that you do not need permission from anybody to be or do. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Number one, you don't need permission from anybody to be yourself. No permission required. God gave you permission the minute your mom decided to carry you full term and she didn't abort you. God gave you permission to be who you are today the minute you were not stillborn. God gave you permission to be yourself the minute you were born with no complications that led to your death. You already have permission from your creator, the creator who put you on earth with a purpose. He gave you permission at that moment to be yourself. You might be stubborn, you might have a bad attitude because of things that have happened to you, but recognize that God allowed those things to happen because you were supposed to be shaped and molded into whatever it is that you are right now, because the version of yourself that you see right now is perfect for your purpose. I've realized that purpose comes from most of the time the most difficult seasons of our lives. So whatever you are right now is perfect for your purpose. So you have permission to be yourself. Just be, because nobody's is coming to give you such a permission. Number two, you do not need permission from anyone to change your mind. I used to be one of those girls. I used to date a guy. He was my first boyfriend, and he knew that I was so taken by him and he was taking advantage, right? So most of the time we would just date for a month, then I'd break up with him because he would do something stupid. Every 2 months I would break up with him, and my friends were so tired with this story of ours of breaking up and getting back together. But I got so self-conscious the one time when I told them, never and never again. I'm not doing this anymore, right? Then 2 weeks later, he came back and I took him back. I've got traumas, guys. Work with me. I took him back, but I was so ashamed to tell my friends that I changed my mind because I thought they were going to judge me. But at the end of the day, when they found out that I went back to him, they said, no, we knew that you were lying. So they accepted me and everything that I was at the time, right? Up until a point where I decided, no, this thing is just not working anymore for me. But they were there to support me. And I realized that, when you change your mind, the people who love you will love you anyway. You might be sitting in a career right now, and you know deep down in your spirit that you've done everything that you can. You've given this career your all, but you still have a gap in your soul. Something is just not being filled in your soul, and you know that there's something out there that you want to do with your life. And I might just dare and say that thing just might be purpose, but you are so scared to change your mind because you're so scared of what other people will say who are around you. But I tell you that people who truly love you will always be there, no matter who you decide to be. If you change your mind and you decide, you're going to be loud and rowdy right now, yes, the people around you will be a little bit disappointed, but they will still love you anyway. They will still have your back anyway. That's why you find a parent who says, she's a prostitute, but she's still my baby. I want to take care of her. I want to get her out of that life. He's a drug addict, but he's still my son, and I want to help him. The people who love you will love you no matter what you decide today and no matter what you decide tomorrow. So if you feel you've got something that you need to change your mind about, if it's a belief system that you used to have, maybe you used to be negative, now you want to be, to see life in a positive light. Those who don't agree with the new mindset that you have will automatically exit from your life, and you will have people who absolutely care for who you are. The last thing that you do not need anybody's permission to do is to live a peaceful life. Don't ever sit in a place where you don't have peace in your soul and you find yourself blaming somebody else for your lack of peace. If you have unrest in your soul and you're finding yourself at this present moment blaming somebody else, then I dare you to take back the power. You have given people too much power over your life. People now are able to control your thoughts because you've given them power. Now you don't have peace. You can't change your mind without consulting anybody because you've given people too much power. You've given people so much power over your life that they are able now to make you feel bad about the decisions that you make. And ultimately, when you feel bad, you do what they want and you don't have peace anymore. Then you turn around and say, they are taking away my peace. I am here to tell you, you gave your power over to them. So take back the power, because you must be able to understand that you are responsible for your own peace. Take back the power that you've given people over your life. You've got the responsibility to lead a peaceful life, and that's a decision that only you can make. If maybe you said you were never going to forgive anybody and you change your mind, it's okay as long as that will give you peace. Or you forgive somebody who didn't even deserve forgiveness. It's okay if that's going to give you peace. If you have decided to live a peaceful life, you're going to get to a point where you have to ask for forgiveness at times, and it's not even your fault. It's okay. And you need to own that decision. Never find yourself lacking peace on the inside of your spirit, on the inside of your soul, and blame other people for it. You are responsible. Only you have the power. And if anybody has a certain percentage of control over your life, it means you dished it out. You gave it to them. You allowed them at the onset to control you, and now they are settled in their ways. Only you at this present moment can change your mind that you want 100% power back over your life. So I'm giving you permission. If you need somebody's permission, now I'm giving you permission to grab your power back from wherever you've scattered it and decide to take responsibility for your life. Nobody's coming to give you permission to be yourself, to change your mind, or to live a peaceful life. And you can't blame anybody if you don't have those things in your life. Only you are responsible, and only you can be blamed if you're not living your true self. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.